West Union weekend.
Oh, I ain't enough, but that woman, she controls me. I'm bewildered by her lust, like a fool without a reason. I am swallowed up in love. Oh, yeah.
Right now I'm learning that Liam is very particular about his eggs. He's picked up like 6 different egg cartons and looked at them and decided that he doesn't like them. Found the one. Found him. It is some great riding weather. Yeah.
It was really beautiful. We were kind of secluded. Like we were at the end of this like private drive, and it like had just like snowed a bunch. So it was really beautiful outside. And you know, when we're in Cincinnati and recording stuff, and if you ever need to like blow off steam, you walk outside and it's Cincinnati. Whereas here you're like you go outside and you're in these like beautiful like snow covered woods. So it just I think the peaceful atmosphere really added to the recording process. And I feel like when we're here, like we're literally home, so we have this like understanding that it's like, oh, we can kind of go and do other stuff or get distracted easily. But I feel like at the cabin, maybe it's a monetary thing, I don't know, but I feel like we're like, okay, well, we paid to be here, like we might as well like work.
4 made 800% slow. Plus reverb.
Replacing the high E. A lot more stuff we gotta get out, but still, I'm in a good spot right now. We got out to the cabin pretty much and set everything up as best we could. I think we had a little bit of food, and then we just started recording Maroon as soon as we got there. But yeah, Maroon was honestly, it came together really quickly and it just kind of became what it was. So
Or are we cool?
we sound good. And I can adjust levels afterwards if you want.
I say we just record.
Go for it.
instead of doing the finger picking for those first 8 measures, we're just gonna like strum each chord. So like there's the D. It's like so this is it. That's all there is.
As you fly with all the time.
And then the drums will kick in, the percussion will kick in.
So scared to shift on your tongue.
Oh, yeah, Liam added a verse.
I know.
Okay.
Cries from holes in
And then I'll go into bridge. Yeah, wait to add percussion until Liam starts line 2 of that first verse.
Line 2.
Yeah. So that's the new thing that he added. Sam, so did you catch that? Cool.
I first brought that song to the band about 5 years ago. And it was at the time it was unfinished, and we kept like playing around with it, trying to figure out different sections that would work. I remember we had this one. I'd been listening to like this King Giz and Mile High Club album, Sketches of Brunswick East, and there's this song Countdown that like had this little riff in there that I was like, oh, I want to throw this into the song. So that was the intro, and then we had this totally different bridge section that was like all like floaty and in a weird, not really in a time signature, that it just never really worked.
4, 5, 6.
So this is it. That's all there is. Where's your flight gone? Where's all the time?
How'd you like that little intro thing?
I like that better.
I like that better.
I know that intro was nice. I don't know how I feel
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
for sure.
second line.
I'd rather just come in with the first line.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
Not necessarily the first line of the vocals, but like the first line of the second verse. Or that like thing that he added.
the second line of the first verse.
Well, we had rehearsed it a couple times before we went to record, but it pretty much got the structure it has now when we actually recorded at the cabin for this EP.
Do you guys,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
post
I see
chorus?
what
Do you
you're
want to do that a little longer?
saying. You're gone.
Yeah.
At least for the intro.
Wow, my nose. Oh, you see my nostril got stuck.
Okay.
Come get your gruel.
Come get your gruel.
We got soup.
We got gruel, and we got more gruel. Wait, this actually looks really good. What the hell? This is all like frozen stuff, so
Well, don't tell them.
it's all homemade.
That's gourmet. We made those.
It is
chickens
gourmet. Yeah, we just cut the chickens up out back.
I made those chickens.
Yeah.
And the flour, eggs, and the noodles were sourced locally and ethically from Walmart.
Real talk, I don't be trusting motherfuckers who don't be putting no broth in their ramen. I don't be trusting motherfuckers who don't be putting no broth in their ramen.
Shut the fuck up.
That was another one of Jack's songs, right? Yeah, Jack always gives us these bones to work with, and we kind of take it elsewhere. For me, I knew from the start that I was going to do something a little more minimal, and I really wanted to focus on creating like a strong melody that had a motif that I could refer back to, because I don't really do that a lot.
I love September Sun. I think September Sun is so goddamn fun. You know, we love just like making songs that like really build. And I mean, that song is literally just like 10 and a half minutes of building. And like when you get to kind of that ending section, it's just like very cathartic. Oh, that sounds good.
I mean, a 10.5 minute song, I really hope that people go into it with open ears. It's not just ostinato or anything like that. It's just a song that is continually changing for 10.5 minutes. I mean, Eric's bass part at the ending, the way we recorded the guitars on that song with, I mean, we had roommate mics downstairs. Sam's amp was at like 45 watts or something like. I don't remember how loud his amp was, but we just very loud. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff different.
Here we go.
Mic 1, mic 2, mic 3.
You know, on the record, we have a string quartet that our good friend Zach Warren composed sheet music. Our friend Will Sponigal played cello. Summerfelt played 2 violin parts. And then Aiden Knox, who recorded viola on Philly, also recorded viola for September Sun. And then our good friend Gabe Schulten, who did saxophone on Ambito on the first album. We had him come back and he did sax on September Sun as well. So
You've got a cute little. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. that's cute.
There's a cute little like green ceramic ashtray.
Oh, I saw that.
Philadelphia was pretty easy. I think very rarely a vocal melody comes first. Like a lot of times when we write, it's like the instrumentation kind of comes first, and I kind of pivot from there and figure out like what I want to do with vocals. But I mean, I literally was just on my way to Philadelphia. I was just driving like 8 hours over there, and that melody had just come to me. But with the first line, like, well, I'm going to Philadelphia with a woman on my mind. And I don't know, at that time, this is like several months ago at this point, but I was just like listening to a ton of like Bob Dylan and Neil Young, and I don't know, I kind of just wanted to write something kind of fun and folky. And when I first actually wrote the song, I was like strumming the guitar, and it definitely sounded, I think, maybe like happier, I guess, for lack of a better term. But then it might have been Eric's idea to like finger pick it instead, and so I did a version where I was finger picking that instead of, and it kind of slowed it down a little bit more, but I just liked it way better, and that it was a very like quick process of getting that song finished.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah. That was fucking dirty.
Holy hell.
Good job, Eric.
I got to use the fun recording setup.
Love me again, find me tomorrow. Bloom of the sun, born for our sorrows. After all, love me again, love me again, love me again, me again. Love me again, find me tomorrow.
What would you hope that your fan base and people who are hearing this EP take away from it?
We like to carve our own path.
I feel like it's really easy to kind of settle into a genre as a band, and like even the most popular bands ever have done that and will do that at some point. But I hope people take away that um, we just kind of write songs as they come to us, and we more so serve the song as opposed to trying to like um, bring out a certain like sound or do a certain timbre on the drums or guitar. We like to have a lot of variety, and I hope people just recognize that we're just making like songs. We're not trying to like stay in a certain path.
I'm just I am proud of the fact that people listen to our music and enjoy it. Not just because like they're our friends or whatever. Like they hear it and they get something out of our music. I think a lot of our lyrics tend to verge on the more like opaque. I don't want to use the word abstract because I don't want to make a pun, but uh, I think it can be a little unclear at times what our lyrics mean. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. And I hope that when people listen, they can find their own meaning in these kind of abstract lyrics. I think that's the most exciting thing about art is when you are able to grasp some meaning out of someone else's art, even if that wasn't necessarily their intention.
I think I'm proud of just like how hard everyone works. We put in a lot of like time and money and effort into like doing the most that we can as a band. It felt like, when we released our first album, I think our following was really small, and like we still have a really small following in the grand scheme of things. But when we released the album at first, it really was just like our really close friends that were kind of hyped for it. But then, we started playing live and meeting so many amazing people. And I think now we're just more involved in like the Cincinnati community and like the local music scene. And I think I'm very excited for how this is going to be received by all of our new friends that we've made.
That we could do whatever we wanted to do. Um, I do think this is a sonically different EP than On the Run, and we were going for that kind of going into the cabin, and we want to continue to have an evolution that moves us into other genres, into other places, into other parts of music. And I also want people to take away from the EP that we want to work with everybody. Like, so it's just like this little tiny community that we've been lucky enough to create and be a part of. So I kind of really want people to see what we're doing and think, oh, well, I could be a part of that. And I don't want them to be afraid of being like, hey, let's do something. Because I think we'd all be like,